Well, Anton, we may be live, but I don't know. Something like that.
All right, let's see, because I don't want to write down all the procedures. So
are you cheating on your phone?
No, I'm just not gonna. I've got a memory issue, so it keeps telling me memory problem, memory problem. I'm not gonna write down all the procedures because then I'm gonna take way too long to write, and then I might as well just, because if I write it on my notebook and then I have to type it anyway, I might as well just go type it, and then I might as well just make the recipe
And then you have to upload it on the stream, and then you're going to be held to a standard on every other stream.
Well, this is the problem. If I do it half-assed, and it's always half-assed, and everybody thinks that's the way we do it, and if I start suddenly putting recipes up, I'm making work for myself. Yeah.
Higher standards. What can I say?
Well, good afternoon, goeiemiddag. Welcome to our stream. We are live from our old commercial kitchen that we used to cook in. When we had a restaurant. Our retail store is on my right. You will hear ding-dongs, you will hear possibly kids, staff. Anything can happen because we are actually live. This is not a recording. I thought, I was paging through some recipes, and trying to find something to make, and I wanted to do something with meat, and then I happened on a fluffy Japanese cotton cheesecake cupcake.
Very meaty.
Yes. So I thought, wow, that's interesting, and I will not find out how it tastes because it got flour in, but I thought I'd like to make it because it sounds interesting. And then I have if I have time, and I'm going to try and get to both, a jam-filled cupcake as well. So I got some jam in case we get to that.
And that is some special jam.
Yes,
just so you guys know.
Some real nice.
We have very limited quantity,
really
but
nice.
There's a pineapple version too.
Yes, and I can use anyone. I just think this will look nicer in the cupcake.
I know, but the pineapple would taste better.
So I've got the jam cupcakes, and then I've got the Japanese cotton cheesecake, fluffy, a whole mouthful of cheesecake and cupcakes. So it's
too many words.
Yeah, that must be very short when it's written in Japanese. It's like wah, and that's it.
Yeah. Wait, that reminds me of Nemo.
Yes. So I don't know which one to make first, but we can go with any one. This one must run a little lower in temp, and that one a little higher.
Well, wouldn't it be best to start lower? And
yes, but I got bread because I promised my kids I'm going to make bread, which I've got to bake, which will be the same temperature as the first set of cupcakes.
Then the first set it is.
All right. Well, there we go. That has just been decided. So I'm just putting some bread in the oven because that
beautiful bread.
Yeah, that's my kids.
He does get asked to do this regularly. When I was pregnant with our last one, I had him making 6 loaves every week. I was living on the bread and biltong at the last little bit of the pregnancy.
All right. So we might need a cooling rack for the bread, which you can put on the side, and then I'm going to let's move this over.
Okay.
Because we don't need the range. I just used a little bit of heat from the range to help me thaw out, the butter I forgot to pull. So, and then I'll grab this guy. You see, I don't have the pro teleprompter reading me the recipe shit. I gotta write it down and figure it out.
And if I read, I have to decipher his handwriting. Not good.
My handwriting is fine. Yeah. If I was a doctor, they would always get the right prescription.
Sure.
Move those
I will.
Up a little.
Can we say hi to a couple people?
Sure.
Because there's a hairy toe that just entered.
And
I had
hairy toe come in.
Hairy toe.
All right. Hairy toe 2.
We've got pre-59 Cuban. You can beat your meat, but you can't beat Anton's biltong.
There we go. There we go. I like it. I should put that on a t-shirt.
You should. That is a good statement. I like it. Russ. We have Lemon. Jody. Neuro. Marcus. Bright Gaming. Looky there. Fancy Honk Honk. And of course, there was a king in earlier today. I don't know who that would be.
Yeah, I was trying to, because I set it up on Rumble early this morning already, and then I almost forgot about the YouTube stream. I was like, oh! And then I saw everybody in on Rumble, and I just said a quick hi.
Thank you, Russ. You gifted 1 subscription.
Oh, thank you very much.
At Anton's.
There we go.
Perfect. Neuro received the gift. Look at
there we go.
Yes.
Neuro's got the red rash.
Red rash, Neuro. We do apologize. Hey, Andy Pearson, how are you? I think I just sent you some biltong, if I remember correctly.
All right, there we go. So we want a half cup of butter to start with. I'm going to leave that right in there. I'm going to leave this close to the heat so this thing can thaw out a little. That thing going to go there. So the eggs we're going to use for the other cupcakes, for the, what is it? Fluffy Japanese cotton cheesecake cupcakes. All right, this one's easy. So I'm going to take the sugar, the butter, and I think there's vanilla on there or something.
Is that salted butter? It is not, actually.
No, I don't use salted butter. It's always plain butter. So interesting, this thing has no salt in it, talking about that. So before I go any further, without further ado, I'm going to estimate, and I don't think these batches are huge. I'm going to do 2 grams of salt in there. This sounds like it would be good. Salt enhances the flavor. So
doesn't make things taste so fresh.
Yeah. 165. So this is about a 3/4 cup of sugar. I'm going to need my sieve. That's the one thing I forgot. Thank you. So these are quite high sugar cookies. So I don't know how much this is going to render, and I've only got a big pan. So I might make them in like big flatter pancakes, because sorry, cupcakes. Yes, right. I might make the cupcakes a little flatter. I might use those brown. Maybe that's what I use. I use those brown cups for them.
Yeah, that'll work. They should be more vanilla based, correct?
Yes.
No chocolate?
Yes. I hear our kids going bananas in the back there. I need some vanilla. So funny thing. So the South African vanilla, the lid is exactly 5 grams. So just as a matter of interest, the lid's a teaspoon. All right. So what's interesting with these, I'm going to mix this up. What's interesting with these are the fact that they use a cornstarch. This actually calls for custard powder. Do you want to see what those?
I will go see.
I don't know what our kids are doing. I just hear battling and screaming and shouting and terrorizing in the back there. So obviously someone's having a problem with something. And our 11-month-old is now walking and standing and doing all kinds of stuff. So he is ferociously attacking his siblings if they don't either do what he says or if they do things he doesn't like. So he's he's quite a meanie. It looks like he's just a strong little guy and pretty determined on what he wants. So all right, so let's cream this together. Everybody okay? Everybody alive?
They are alive.
All right.
They are excited to go spend some time in the sun.
Yes, yes. I'm going to try not to go too fast with this. Let me put it on the low setting, because I can see butter flying out of my...
And yes, Lemon, this is creaming the butter and sugar. You got it.
And the vanilla.
And
That's
vanilla.
right, and the vanilla.
I agree, Marcus. He says we need peri-peri biltong cupcakes.
Yes, yes.
That sounds nice.
So I just want to see. This is not, these recipes are really small. Sorry, these recipes are very, very small. So this is typical home use recipes. This is not commercial. Like even my bowl is a little big for the small amount that I've got in here. So I'm used to working with much bigger volumes than this. But this is fine for home, because to me this is like, I don't know, like 6 cupcakes, you know? Which, like, I don't know what to do with 6 cupcakes. Like you can see with our Bake the Banana Bread, it was like 4 of them. My kids couldn't manage 2 this week, so.
No. So Lemon has a nice statement for you for creaming the butter. Is mentioning that by doing that you will lighten in color and become fluffy. That's why
correct.
you do it.
That's correct.
So,
don't worry, the other one we're going to do the same, and we're going to whisk the egg whites.
small peaks.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So 359 Cuban does say, why did I bother to buy a hand mixer? You know what? If the lady in your life, you say it's for her and you go get your drill, okay?
Yes. Yeah, I don't, those hand mixers, man, I burn them out. You know, if you work like really hard commercially, they don't, especially if it's something a little stiff, if your butter's a little hard, they tend to, what's wrong?
when your butter's hard, just use a chainsaw as a mixer like Russ does.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, I think this thing's still on.
I hear it.
So especially if your butter's hard, you know, you got normally with the hand mixers, you got the two, and when the butter goes through there, you actually see those things flex, man. I burn them out one after the other. So this is calling for a 3/4 cup of flour, which is about 100 grams. So I'm going to stick that in there. Let me see.
You're dead. Hang on.
Yeah, the scale likes to do that. And then we want...
Hey, Cocktail is in. Welcome. We spoke about you earlier.
Yes, I got your email. I still owe you a reply, sir.
Okay, there we go. That's why you brought him up. Good to have you in.
Yes, and then if you want me to end that, give, send, go.
Yes.
Sorry, when I'm doing math in my head and listening to Nicole and thinking, and then something's got to give. It's normally the speech.
It's normally me. Wah, 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 wah.
Yes. So let me see.
Hey, we are being rated by Bright Gaming.
Oh, there we go.
Yes,
well,
very
thank you very
nice.
much.
Thank
you
you.
very much. We will take every raid we can get. All right, and then some
Most
corn
raids.
flour.
I think there's one we can skip out on.
Yes, which one is that? The Zulu raid.
I was just thinking the raids that some people have with the knock on the door.
Yes, yes.
I'll skip that.
Yes. Hey, don't play, man. That was a actual possibility not too long ago.
Yes.
There's this orange guy that came around and kind of took that away. This seems very stiff. Did I miss something? I suspect I missed eggs. Let me see. That's the wrong recipe. I wrote them down, but I had somebody bug me. Yes.
That's it.
Yes. I
There's
missed
no
the
egg.
eggs. No, there's the eggs.
Oh.
Yes, I missed the eggs. I thought so. I thought there were eggs in there. All right, but that's fine because they can go in here. I was
You
supposed
know
to put
what?
the eggs
When
in.
we started, you had the other one up on your screen.
Yes.
That's why.
No, I thought there were 3 eggs because I still thought to myself after I wrote this down, I'm like, I'm sure there were 3 eggs in there.
Don't
as well.
worry, Bright Gaming is reminding you that there's plenty of eggs in the fridge, Anton.
There is actually lots of eggs. Yes, they are in the back, so you don't see them.
Wait.
But
The other one doesn't call for eggs, so you want those 3. See?
no. Yes, that one calls for eggs. There, 3 eggs.
Oh, okay.
But they separated. This one is not. So I'm doing the cheat eggs.
Keep them separated.
Keep the wrong foot amputated. Should check out the what do they call it? The parody of what's the keep them separated? The Offspring.
Yes.
The parody of the Offspring from what's that weird Al Yankovic.
Yes,
It's
it
called
is
The Wrong
Weird
Foot
Al.
Amputated. It's fucking hilarious. All right, so 3 eggs, 180 grams.
And yes, Lemon, you are correct. Eggs typically before flour. Eggs were just missed.
Yes, I was just missed. They should go. I should have mixed the eggs with the butter and then the flour. But, you know, it's better I put them in than no eggs, because that would be fucking wrong. And I was just telling the guy, because I had a visitor, and I had to tell him, look, man, I know, like, you want to visit, but, sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot my other gloves that side again.
Would you like for me to get you one?
In a little bit. This needs to turn for 5 minutes. And then we're going to get the cooling grate. So I was just telling him, you know, I can't make a mistake, because when you make a mistake, then people call you out and, you know, you look all silly on stream. And there I go, making a mistake, you know. So we'll see. I'll put these in some what's the name, in some sleeves. Yeah, all right, that looks okay. Let's see. And can you get me there's the long white spatula? Thank you.
Yeah.
It's in the I actually have it in the basin. You can just wipe it down. I use it for the bread.
Okay.
Right. So that looks good. That looks good. I don't make cupcakes. Like, it's not a thing.
I need to be wiped.
All right. Here we go.
That looks nice.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just not a thing I make. So, so I thought, you know what, that would be a good change. And this doesn't have a lot of icing on it. So worst case, I mean, we need to dust a little bit of icing sugar on it. But worst case, I just put it in a little shaker. I think I got one around here. I think that one up there might be empty.
Yeah.
And I'll just put the icing sugar in the shaker. So what this calls for, and I'm going to do it a little different, it calls for a spoon and or a tablespoon and a tablespoon and a tablespoon. I'll use a disher. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. Let me see quickly. Whew. In fact, you know what I can do?
That looks very nice, by the way.
Yeah, you know what
it does have little peaks in it.
Yes.
So slightly stiff, not completely runny.
Correct.
I like it. Hey,
What
Wise Elk, welcome in, and Cam, glad to have you both in today.
Right. I don't know if I'll use a disher. I'll use this disher. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So what I'm thinking. Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Just spray this thing for me with some sanitizer.
I've already done that.
Oh, you already done that. Okay, spray it again because I put that disher on there.
I'm sure the disher's fine.
Oh, it's clean, but you know. All right, so I don't actually want to make the cupcakes in here, but that's what we're gonna do because that's what I got.
We're gonna make muffins.
Yeah, we're gonna make muffin cupcakes.
Muffin cupcakes.
So, but what I'll do is I'll put those papers in here, and they're actually a little. Are they this size? I can't remember. Sorry, I don't bake things like this, so I thought it would be a nice change.
And it's been a little bit since we baked, like this.
I've got a crumb or two left in here. I try not wash my pans because you take the patina out of it, and then the kind of non-stick goes away because the soap washes the kind of waxy, oily bits off. So I just wipe my pans out. Once you stick it in the oven, man, when that thing hits like 180, 200 degrees, believe me, it be clean. Right. So I'll see what the weight is on this, and then we gotta figure out how we're gonna do the jam. I'm gonna start with 6, and then I'll see. So let me.
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man can.
We used to always reference him as the Muffin Man. At one time we had, was it 4 different types that we made?
Yes, I had 4 different types of muffins I made. They were very good.
It was almost every day, right?
Yes, I made them every day.
Every
I made
day.
2 types one day, 2 types the next day. I made muffins every day, like 48 or something.
Yes.
Now what I make is biltong. Much more better.
So in future, the suggestion would be to beat the eggs in with the sugar and
Yeah, that's what I should have done.
And then fold in the flour instead of using something so aggressive.
Yeah, it takes too much time, man.
They say it makes it fluffier.
Fluffier. Okay.
Fluffier is the statement.
Right. How about if I add more baking powder?
Does that not whisk air bubbles into it?
I think so.
I'm trying here. I'm trying. You know what the problem is we do not eat it ourselves, so texture is...
Not anymore, I don't.
No.
So let's see, 25. Let's do 25.
Hey, Ike is in.
Hey, Ike, how you, man?
May I check with the probe? Do you want me to check your bread?
Yes. You may check with a probe. So I'm going to
probe it over here.
Yeah, I'm going to do 45. So I'm doing a weight-based. I'm doing a weight-based.
The front is under. It's at 180.
Okay, give it another minute.
No, 190. No, it says 196 now.
Okay, there we go. It should be right. It should be right.
Okay, they're like right there. Like,
yeah, that's
like
fine.
10 seconds.
Pull them out.
Now let me give it just a second. Not 2 minutes. 2 seconds. We'll need to clean this probe, by the way.
All right. You want to go get an alcohol swab?
I'll do that after I take these out.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, I'll take these guys out. Would you like for me to pop out your breads?
Sure. 138. I'm just wondering. 136. I just want to see what these things come out
Hey,
like.
and Dave is in. And
Hey,
Amen,
Dave.
pass the ammo.
Hey.
Wow, guys, been a minute.
Yeah, everybody's here.
Yes. All the troublemakers.
All the troublemakers.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Nope. 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 Exactly.
I did marry one last I checked. You should hear everyone's response to when I met him. Still don't talk to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, right. All right, let's see.
What is
So
this
that's
white
about right.
African walking in front of us?
Yes, exactly. Do
Me.
have we got a teaspoon?
I'm sure
Let me
somewhere.
see. I wanna...
Yes, it's hanging. Oh,
yes.
you made
Yeah,
it.
that'll work.
Okay.
That'll work. I'm just... So let's get some jam going here. And then you can check... No, that thing's got cinnamon in it. Otherwise, we throw one of the flour guys out. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yes. This thing is very much sealed. It is closed up, man.
Well,
Let
it's
me
fresh.
see. So,
See, the dainty woman here would not have been able to open that, not gonna lie. We have to let men be masculine and be men, right?
yep, that's what they say. All right, I'm gonna do that. This reminds me of the, what's the names we did? The, let me put this guy over here. Need something to push this out with. All right, so how's that? 15. All right, so that's like a tablespoon. Yeah, that's what they said.
I wasn't as gentle with the probe as they asked me to be.
Ah.
Oops. Grab an alcohol swab. Speaking of, what time is it, Anton?
Time to clean your probe, man. Always clean the tip after use. Always. 80. I guess I could have just, well, no, this rounds it a little better. So I got these nice little, like round, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like a little round spoon. That works real well. 6.
Harry Toe said that our alarm was the timer, sorry, is the same noise as his morning alarm, so it's causing him emotional damage.
Yes, I agree with that. When I hear that thing, I'm like, bring the biggest hammer.
Wait, what kind of alarm did we have today, Anton?
Oh, fucking smoke alarm. Oh, smoke detectors, man. Those things are the fucking bane of my existence. 4 o'clock, no, before 4 this morning.
Yes. I actually think the ones we purchased have an issue with humidity, which is a problem when the kids need a little bit of humidity in the air.
Yep, exactly.
So 3 of them have now gone off and pretty much
put them in the trash.
yeah.
All right,
That
so
was,
let's see. So I don't know, I haven't made these cupcakes before, but let's see. This is what the recipe says you do. So we do what the recipe says. Damn. Too much of a hurry. So I want to bake those Japanese ones, man. I want to bake those Japanese fluffy rainbow unicorn.
Rainbow unicorn, not fluffy cloud.
All right, let's
Cotton candy, there we go.
Yeah, I'm making mess. So there we go. 51.
No, Marcus, we actually use humidifiers in the room. That actually helps a lot. Houston has high humidity, and yes, up here does little
yeah, but
bit,
not
but
in the winter so much.
and not inside because of the ACs.
Yes.
That clears the house of the humidity.
There we
So it
go.
actually helps to add humidifiers for nasal passages. There's been so much nonsense in the air trying to relieve the stress of my children's sinuses.
Correct.
Old remedies.
All right, so I did on these cupcakes. We'll see how they come out. So I did 50 grams. What's that in ounces? That's like 1 3/4 ounce.
Yeah.
No, 1 2/3 ounce. At the bottom, I did a tablespoon, which is 15 grams in the middle for the jam, and I did another 50 on top. So a tablespoon. So let's see how this works. Because I don't know, I didn't, out of stupid, I should have weighed my bowl and then after the ingredients. I mean, I can go work it out, but we'll be okay.
He likes making work harder for him.
No, it should be a little less scientific, I think, and a little bit more fun. So let's see, 40. I think I'll get 6 out.
You hear it, Bright Gaming? Yes, that is the ding dong.
Yes.
All those lovely noises with running a shop. What can we say?
Yep. That's what happens. 50. I'll do 2.
You know, Cocteau, there is a lot to be said about the chemtrails. All we can say is the weather seems to happen same time of the week every week, and you can see it daily changing.
Dude, I was sneezing so bad today, man, and even our lady in front just sneezing.
Yes.
And then you go outside and you see those streaks.
So do you know an Ultimus X? I do not know this one, but welcome
Optimus
in.
X. That sounds familiar. Man, hold on. Gotta flatten.
Are you making messes?
A little. No, I just gotta flatten it out. The one I didn't make a hole, man. I gotta make a hole.
Make a hole first, then fill the hole.
Yes, that's the problem. I did not make the hole.
You know, we don't do the making of holes thing, so I'm sorry. They are just naturally there.
Yes. Hey. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Sunday.
Or
right.
Food Hub, as Ike mentioned earlier.
Yes, Food Hub. Here we go. So I'm doing 15, which is as per they say a tablespoon. So give or take. My experience with jam, and we'll see what happens here. My experience with jam is when it gets hot, it cooks out. It actually bubbles out of your
Runs out
cookie.
of everything.
Yep. That's my experience with jam. So when I saw this, I thought, let me try it. Maybe they know something I don't know. But we're about to find out.
I don't know. The jam will be good. I know the kids will be very happy.
Yeah, the kids will like it a lot.
And Neuro helped us out and reminded everybody to check out our sponsor, BiltongUSA.com, using code S.T.F. 10 for 10% off on your biltong. Remember, that's going to be any of the 8-ounce packs or 2x8-ounce packs on the biltong, hot biltong, was it the Druvors, and even game. We've got the Bison online, so take a peek at that. On the Bison as well, I added a 4-ounce option, so just FYI to anybody curious. If you want to try the Bison without overdoing price-wise, you can do it that way.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Grab what I can. Yeah, I'm trying to make a 6th one, but I don't think
this was my bubble, but you can join my bubble.
All right. I don't think it's going to work. So I might just make a plain cupcake. Oh, you know what? I'll take that. I'll do it a little less. A little smaller. Get my fingers all sweet and sticky.
Do you lick them on camera or
Nope.
That is the question.
I never lick my fingers after I stuck them in jam.
So Cocteau is talking about his change in life a little bit at the moment, but mentions that this is the longest he's gone without games since he was 5.
Wow.
No PS5 to play on.
Is it a sobering experience, or it's like, wow, look at everything I missed because I had my nose
the
in the
world outside.
Yes, there's like other things that happen. All right. Let me see.
Hey, Tony Nagy 007, glad to have you in.
All right, so I'm gonna have to reuse that, so I'll rinse it out quick. So
ready?
A little untidy. Hold on.
You want a paper towel?
That's okay. I just want to go show.
Yeah.
So let's see. This is pre. So I got 50 grams. So I got 50 grams in each cupcake, except that one, and then I got 15 grams of jam, and then I got another 50 grams of batter. So let the games begin.
So Neuro and Ike have decided that your bread looks incredible to the extent where I don't know why I do this to myself. I already ate today. I should sue these guys for emotional damage.
Now, as soon as I figure out how to use like OBS, what's it, OBS, right? Is it OBS? The stream software. As soon as I figure out how to use it properly, which I'm sure Ike will be sending me messages and saying, yeah, just do this and that and the next thing, I can put the clips like emotional damage from the Chinaman and, you know, all those like weird things. Put side streams. Yeah, I saw it for side streams and all bits and pieces. There we go. Right. So I'm gonna keep that. This guy. Let me just go rinse this out quick. Yeah,
and we've also got Copium Poppies in. It says he has no money for super chats. That's because you used it on your biltong. How is your biltong, sir? We hope you are enjoying, and we are enjoying your music, if nothing else. If no one else is, if you don't know who these guys are, please check out Copium Poppies.
Tell him to post his link, man.
Please post your link if you would. Thank you, Anton. Good idea. Let's get it out there. Yes, Ultimus X, the packaged bread at supermarkets. I chuckle. We, being a bakery previously, I suppose he still has the skills and capability of doing it. We always used to encourage our customers to look at ingredients on the breads. There are no long chemical words on any of our breads. The sourdough specifically used to just be flour, salt, and water. It was nothing else, no other ingredients. If your sourdough has yeast, there is a big problem. It's not real sourdough. Now, granted, sourdough in other things is perfectly fine. I'll never argue that if you want to use it to enhance different breads, but you can't call it a proper sourdough if it's got other things in it. This is not sourdough, though. This is, of course, our regular farm bread, which you will find on our Anton's USA website with the food blog. You can find it there. No, it's not, Copium. That's a lie. Your album is not garbage. People, unfortunately, have tone deaf ears. I'm saying that
except
backwards.
for that, people have no attention span.
Yes. If it's not relevant to them in the moment.
Yes, in the moment, and if it's not blasted out by someone. So, you know, what we could do is, if you are interested, we can use some of your music. Ike made me a absolutely gorgeous ad. He wants me to do a voiceover for it and explain stuff. But what we could do is because the music that Ike used on it, so it's not just one long quiet ad, the music we used on it is licensed, so we can't run it with the music. But if you give us permission, we can put your music. I can ask Ike to overlay your music on it for me. Your choice, man.
Do you want this rinsed as well?
No, it's okay, because I'm just going to mix basically the same thing.
Okay.
So that's all good. All right, so fluffy Japanese. Oh, I'm going to set a timer, otherwise I'm going to burn.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No, it's okay. That was not me.
Just as a fair warning, everyone, the alarm clock is on.
Yes.
T-minus 7 minutes.
So let's have a look. All right, so now let me check what that recipe says. I'm sorry.
He says it will only hurt your stream, so don't do it.
Nonsense, man. How about I'm in charge of my stuff? How about
being
that?
black-pilled, mister.
Yes, black pill by
We like it. That is our kind of music, which is why we like it.
These are, and I think Lemon might have missed this. You might like this one. I don't know how it's going to come out. I've never made it. I just saw it and I thought this is very cool. Fluffy Japanese cotton cheesecake cupcakes. So,
it keeps rolling.
It's a very. I have to pull it down to see the name and then it closes. So I don't want to write down the whole procedure, so I'm going to check it on my phone while I run it. So it says whisk together cream cheese, butter, in a bowl, whisk together cream cheese, butter, milk until smooth. Then add egg yolks. Now that's not what I'm used to, because this has sugar. So normally you do the sugar and the butter, but you know, it's not my recipe. So this thing calls for a half cup of cream cheese. This is it's an interesting recipe, and that's why I picked it. I thought, that seems like a.
You're missing the ghost pepper, says Marcus.
Oh, the ghost pepper in the cream cheese cupcake. Yes. Yeah. Well, depending on how they taste, they might need a little bit of that. Why is this thing off? Did I switch it off? Probably. This is the one that doesn't switch off.
It wasn't turned on yet.
Okay. So I'll put this here and then I'll work on that scale. That's
Yes.
very good.
Yes.
That's okay. I can. So hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me not make the same mistake.
Yes, are you going to weigh your scale?
No, my bowl, yes.
Or your bowl, sorry.
Yeah. Plus or minus.
Would you like a
Give
finger?
me a second.
I can finger
All
it
right.
for you.
That's okay. So I got 5 grams. So 425.
No, 430.
435. Because plus 5 grams. 435.
You know, we could have just done.
That's also true. Yes, because I zeroed the damn thing. Ah, stupid.
430 grams is your bowl.
There we go. It's a little less. So I'll take some of this and put it back. All right, there we go. That'll work. Maybe a little more. Trying to stick to the recipe. So, all right. Pop this one in the fridge for me, please.
Okay.
All right. So, got that guy. Okay. All right. So, cream cheese. Butter is not that much. It's only 65 grams. I'm going to put that guy over there.
What did we decide the other day? Everything's better with butter?
Yes. So 65 is a quarter cup. So a quarter cup of butter. So it's a half cup of cream cheese. And that works out to 115 grams. A quarter cup of butter, which is 160, it's 65 grams. Right, I'm like a gram over. I don't want to make a mistake. Why is that man yelling?
Because he napped for an hour. So if anyone doesn't know, there is a full moon tonight.
Right,
now, what happens at full moon, the lunar cycle, is everybody goes crazy, including children.
All right, so I've got my milk out, and I kept it out a while ago already, so it can actually reach room temperature. So, like I said, I haven't made this. So, cream cheese, butter, and milk until smooth. So mix together until smooth. Now I'm wondering if I shouldn't use the whisk for this. I don't know. So let me see. You know what? Don't worry about it. I'll just get the other one.
There's another one.
There's
Because I was
another
worried about the sugar on that.
Yeah. No, my main thing is we have to whisk egg whites, so I don't want that.
Oh, yes. You don't want your whisk. Yes.
Yes, I got the whisk. I don't want to make a mess on that bowl. So I'm going to put this on the slow speed. And then I want to turn those cupcakes in like 2.5 minutes. Woo! That was high speed. All right, before I do anything else. Because if I have any fat...
Yeah, there's milk in the bowl too.
Yep, that's exactly what I said. So I would have cleaned this anyway. So this is sanitizer. So I'm just going to clean everything, because if you got anything that's not supposed to be there, any kinds of fats or any kinds of dirt, your egg whites will not whisk up. They will not. Now what's interesting is these guys actually say that you should put a little bit of cream of tartar, which I forgot to go grab because we had a visitor, but cream of tartar.
I'll go grab it for you and have it close by.
Yeah.
I have to chuckle that you found a recipe with it, because I just looked at it the other day.
Yes.
I don't know why
something
I
I haven't used for I don't know how long.
I think that's why I looked at it.
So let's see. This recipe struck me as very interesting. So what you might want to do is turn that grate and then bring it back, and then put another grate in front for the cupcake.
Sure. I will spray this one over here. Just so you guys know, our kitchen has sanitizer everywhere.
Yeah.
That is something we are not lacking. I think we have 5 or 6 different bottles of it.
Yep.
It's everywhere.
Always. Sanitizer everywhere.
Interesting. Lemon, she is full of cues to help with the egg whites. Placing the bowl and beaters in the freezer first to chill them helps.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I thought they mix better at room temperature.
Which is why you have your eggs sitting out.
Yes, which is why I got my eggs sitting out. That's interesting. I thought a room temperature is better, not cold.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
How many ways can you skin a cat?
Many ways. The big secret is don't kill the cat.
Yes. Yes. So no yolk.
Yeah, I wonder if I shouldn't. Well, getting there. I think a whisk would have been better.
Do you want me to turn this guy?
Yeah. Turn it to see what they look like.
Hang on.
They look good.
They do look good. Nothing's oozing out.
Yeah, so far.
So far, it's very cloudy with a chance of jam, not meatball.
Yeah, so I'm going to do another 7. All right, and then they should be done. This is almost done. So they say till smooth, I think. I think they said till smooth.
Interesting. Ultimus makes his scrambled eggs that way and uses the yolk, as a finishing sauce.
Okay.
That sounds nice.
Hey, that's some A1 style cooking. You should email Ramsey, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
Ike has 120 eggs in his fridge at the moment.
Ike is a millionaire in egg standards. In
hey,
US egg standards.
Guess who has arrived? We've got Dog Digger in the house.
Hey, Dog, how are you?
Glad to have you.
All right, this is still smooth, so I'm going to beat it a little longer.
Do you have another whisk?
I've got another whisk. You think I should try it with a whisk?
We can, if it may help.
It's close. I don't think I need to.
Okay.
Interesting recipe. I don't want to go too fast. No, even the whisk. Because my bowls are a little bigger than the mix, you know?
Else, I'm bringing the immersion blender.
Yeah, that'll probably work. Probably work better than the mixer.
It would get any, if there's any clumps.
Yeah, I think this will work because it'll actually reduce itself for the next mix. So, all right, so let's see. Okay, milk until smooth. Add egg yolks, sugar, and mix well. Okay, so time for action. I saw a egg yolk extractor, I guess. You know, the thing that you put the egg yolk in, but it's a troll face, and then the yolk comes out of the nose. That's real funny.
I remember you showing me that.
That was very funny.
Ike says food prices have not exploded here in Switzerland the last 2 years like they did in the U.S.
All right, there we
go. So that would be why.
Yeah. It's interesting what the Biden socialism or attempt at does. That, you know what, I don't understand. That shit's tried everywhere and it doesn't work. And then it's like, no, but we want it personally.
Did you see that guy in the corner on the right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That is okay. Oh, the shell. There we go. Thank you. All right, so 1 yolk. And you know, the worst is when you get to egg number like 7 and then you drop some...
Ooh, that would break my heart.
The crustless milk tarts I used to make, and they take a lot of eggs.
So he's had a lot of practice doing this. I'm sorry, Wise Elk says our food infrastructure in the U.S. is still under attack.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
100% agree.
Yeah, it's
I would say the
money,
amount of soy and corn pushed everywhere.
You know, and then people still argue with you and say, but soy is not that bad. It's like,
it's good for you. Uh-huh.
Oh, you know, if you only would go and fucking read who does the research and who then promotes it.
Has anyone else found it kind of hard to trust some of the research available nowadays?
Like all of it?
I distinctly remember a Harvard study about carnivore lifestyle that I cannot seem to find anymore.
Yeah, anything that goes against the
disappeared.
narrative, you know?
Disappeared.
All right, there we go. 3.
Now, I have to inquire on how unhealthy eggs really are when raw egg yolk is used in so many different things we consume.
Yep.
Makes no sense to me.
Fuck all.
Hey, Cult Gaming is in. Welcome. Glad to have you.
All right, so we want that. We want the egg and the sugar, 110 grams. Let me pop this up here. 110 is, I tried to keep the cups half a cup of sugar, 110 grams. That's all good. Hope I got enough. Should be. Yes, how's that?
Yeah.
There we go. A little bit left. All right. So let's see. So sugar mixing well. Flour, cornstarch until fully combined. So after this, so this calls for cornstarch. I'm going to put custard powder because custard powder, the majority of the custard powder is cornstarch. I'm just going to leave that there. So the main ingredient in custard powder is cornstarch. So I like using custard powder because it differentiates your product a little from other people's. So let's see how that works out.
I like Lemon's comment here. She does suggest to crack an egg on a flat surface versus the side of a bowl so it doesn't push the eggshell into the egg itself. Fair enough.
Yes.
But she also has to explain to someone that they're cracking them too hard. Be a tad less butch.
Yes. Yes. I'm trying to teach my kids, and my 7-year-old son is like, Dad, can I break the egg? And he's like, Grah! And then he's like, it's a scrambled egg.
It is, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you got to be gentle. And he's like, yeah, but it wasn't that hard. Yes. Eggs, you got to be gentle.
There's no gentle in that boy. All boy.
Yes.
All boy.
All right, so let's see. And then with this one, we're going to fold in, I guess, the egg yolk.
I had to do the juggling act with lunch today, so I did the one-handed egg cracking. Would you believe it? I didn't pop one yolk.
Oh, cool.
Yes,
yeah.
5 eggs, no yolk pop. I did not split it, though. I was not that good.
All right, there we go. So now, flour, baking powder, and cornstarch. So I want to see something because they say a tablespoon of cornstarch. I assume 10 grams, but I'm thinking I'm wrong. Let me see. What do we got? We got 3 seconds. Do you want to probe that guy?
I will probe anything you ask.
Just remember the jam in the middle. So you got to probe the dough, not the jam. Just the tip.
Just the tip. The guys were telling me just the tip earlier.
Just the tip in the top.
Okay, just the tip in the top.
Yeah, and then see if anything come out there. No, that actually looks pretty good.
They look good.
So just like that. Where are we?
199.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I think we're good. 195.
So have you got gloves?
Can't I poke holes in them all?
You can push it further if you want. Yeah, that 190.
I know, that's kind of what I had last time. So those 2 are good.
Yeah.
It's
no,
gonna
you know
be
what?
a minute.
Run in a minute.
Run in a minute. Okay.
We had 187. We just wanted all around 195 on the dough. It could be that the jam is giving it an extra minute.
Yes. The jam wasn't even cool, but that does happen.
Okay, so this doesn't take a lot of flour. This takes a half a cup of flour, 65 grams.
Now that's an interesting trick. Neuro says he taps the eggs with his thumb and then pops them open. I don't know how you do that.
Like this?
What motion do you use?
Yes.
And Ike is not arguing. He says the boy is a menace.
Yes. Yes.
Don't worry. You should see that young one you you met.
You think the older one's a menace.
Woo-wee! The young one is walking.
Yes, and he's very, very capable. He climbs on stuff now.
Over everything.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want me to probe them again?
Yeah, just check them quick.
Okay. Check those 2 that were being nonsense.
Let me see. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong recipe here. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to take my spoon. And I'm going to just weigh this out.
193. I mean, it's still climbing. 194.2.
There we go.
Yeah. 190. Okay. Oh, he's upset.
Yep, I hear him.
Now one side of it's 190,
Alright,
the
so
other side 195. Is that okay?
Give it, just pop it in there and we'll pull it out now. Okay, so I was right. That's 10 grams.
Should have been 2 minutes, Jody.
Yeah, 10, 11 grams.
I'm gonna go check on that small boy
Okay.
in just a second. Just don't forget about this.
Let me
I'll be
make
right back.
this. Yeah, I want to make that 12 grams. I don't know where my pen is. Make a note of that. All right, so cornstarch is in. Flour is in. You know what I didn't notice here? No salt. Again, no salt. So weird. Like none of these recipes had salt. I'm gonna put some salt in this guy as well. Like I don't believe that you can't do it without some salt. So I'll put just a little bit of salt, like 2 grams, just a smidgen. All right, I'm done with the sieve, so I'm gonna put it down there. Let me do this guy. All right.
Mom walking away is never a good thing.
Now you can pop it out. I'm gonna help you. Oh, that man is upset.
That's because he didn't sleep.
Yeah. All right. So and then what we gotta do? All right, hold on.
You want to turn down that oven as well.
Yes, I'm gonna do that now. Let me grab these guys. Okay, and then what we gotta do probably is, all right, there we go. Probably, yeah, pop that down
over here. Okay.
Yes. So what we probably have to do is empty out one of those little flour things, and we put some some what's the name, and you can just use a other disher, and then we put some what's the name. So this is a very runny mixture. This is going to be very interesting. I am intrigued, and the recipe literally says pour into. So that's very cool. I like this. This looks very interesting. So, and then, yeah, I think do me a favor.
Yeah.
And, yeah, if you do that, you want me to get the powdered sugar for you? I'll get that. This is cool. I like it.
I just want to wipe this out.
All right. I want to get a disher. So I want this, and I want to give you this. So just do it back there.
I'll do it back
there.
That's
be
fine.
easier, yeah.
That's fine.
Right there. I'm gonna use this to do the cupcake. What did we say? 430. 430. 430 is the weight. What I wanted to do, man, is get a whisk. I'll bring the disher because I'm thinking about putting it in the cup, and I don't grab the whisk, which I want to mix it with because it's a very runny mixture, which is very cool. And I'll show you guys now. That's very interesting. All right, so we do that. We put you in there. I think the whisk. Yeah, there we go. You know, I'm always careful because if you start whisking stuff and the mixture's too rough, it won't work. Wow, that's interesting.
So Anton, explain what is so special about powdered sugar?
So powdered sugar is a combination of very fine sugar, like a ground up sugar almost, and a cornstarch.
So if you are like us,
yeah, powdered sugar. Yes. If you don't eat starches, don't eat powdered sugar because it's got cornstarch in it, which has got starch in it. The cornstarch is to make it not clump. So this is even lighter and fluffier than cake batter. It's very fluffy, very light. So, sorry, I've got to juggle my mixer while I try and show you guys that.
Did you turn this down?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right, so that.
Sorry, I've been off the chat for a little bit.
All right, so let me do this. So they say combine a quarter teaspoon of cream of tartar. That's just to help it poof up. But now let me see. With cream of, so I'm used to first mixing it a little bit and then putting the cream of tartar, but I'll follow what they say.
Hey, Slidey Pie is in.
Hey, Slidey Pie.
Glad to have you.
So for everybody that joined late, can you repeat what we're doing here? Fluffy Japanese cotton cheesecake cupcakes.
Oh, what a mouthful.
That is a mouthful, man. So I've already made jam, so there's some powdered sugar in there, right?
Yes.
All right, so
here we go for the peach.
all right.
Lemon says cornstarch is pretty much all GMO.
Yes. That's why I use the custard powder. So read the ingredients to them for the custard powder. Read the ingredients. Yeah.
Sure. Maize, starch, salt, flavoring, and color.
So that's why I don't use cornstarch. I prefer not to use cornstarch. I prefer using the custard powder.
And these are not U.S. local custard powders, so the GMO, I don't know.
No, I don't think Birds is GMO.
We did find something interesting. One of our South African things, the American version's non-GMO, the South African's GMO, so you never know sometimes.
Yes. Just because it's imported doesn't mean it's non-GMO.
Yes. It does not say one way or the other.
Almost.
But it is from Ireland.
There we go.
Let's see if Miss Lemon approves. Sign of Jonah. We're getting everyone in today.
Yeah.
I love it.
Son of Jonah, you need to give Mr. Copium some tips on the music, man. He had an album and the sales are not great. He's looking for some advice. Help the man out.
And yes, Ike, you are not too far off. Definitely from the old home. I am sure my red hair helps with that. Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
And Ultimus says, if they kill all the boer, you might not be able to get the South African one for much longer.
Yeah, that's true. And the Oaks are not fucking around there right now.
Nope.
I saw a clip the other day. I got it from one of my friends where old Brazil, which is now the so-called fucking president of that shithole, is doubled down on what he was saying. So he's like, yeah, the land will be returned to our ancestors, you know, the fuckers that came from the north of Africa.
And stole the land.
Yeah, and stole the land, you know.
Not anybody who's actually from there.
Nope. You know, what's interesting is, you know, we bartered and paid for a lot of that, not just with money, but with blood.
Lots of bloodshed.
And then there's also this thing about conquering people, you know. It's like, sorry, you shit out of luck, you lost. Well, you know, I was thinking about that the other day. We say they lost, but did they really? Because apparently they're getting it back.
Yep.
You know?
All right, Cult Gaming, have fun. Enjoy your stream. See you later, good sir. And he is wishing lots of biltong sales on us.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right.
Wise Elk says his grandfather was Dutch-Irish.
Okay.
I read that as Dutch-rich.
That's a combination.
Right?
Affinity for substances, and the Dutch have all the legal substances. So a heavily weed smoking Irishman. That's interesting.
Interesting.
All right, so let's see. That's what it says. It should be. That's pretty light. All right. So let's see. Less 430.
if we are looking for tips on eggs, I think we may need to hit up Neuro. He's got quite the knowledge on the eggs.
Okay.
And you have chickens, right? You're working on that? Are you going to have eggs yourself or in the process? Ice Cold Tunes is going live with old metal music. Go check them out.
Yeah, absolutely. Check them out after our stream. After our stream.
After. I can't do the after.
Don't be jumping from our stream just yet. I will pull a taken on you. I will find you. Okay, you're gonna have to check
that poor man. Oh my goodness.
I'll bring him. We're almost done here.
Okay, he can hang out with me.
Yeah. All right, so this is 108. It works out to about 650 grams of all kinds of juice together. So I'm going to do 6 here. Works out 650, works out about 108 each. So let me see if my pouring skills are as good as I think they are. All right, let's see. I should have maybe used a bowl with a thinner lip.
Where's this bottle? Tea bottle. Ask Tren when she comes out.
So literally the recipe says pour the batter into the cupcake. So that's why.
It is runny. What can
Very
you
runny.
do?
It looks very good though.
What's that?
I want to bake one of those Japanese shaky cakes.
That's bread. You're going to touch the bread. Let's not touch the bread. Yeah? What do you think? You know what? The man may be hungry.
There's a distinct possibility of that.
Yes. We always have a stash of meat somewhere in the fridge. I found the stash of meat. I'm going to give him some cabanossi. If you guys do not know what cabanossi is, it is one of our sausages. This is a beef and pork mixture, very much salami-like. It's a harder to chew, which is awesome for people of his stature who are still working on their teeth. Gives them a good opportunity to pop them out, which, by the way, he is getting molars. They are coming in a tad early, in my opinion, but what do I know?
Right, sorry.
Of course, use biltongusa.com with code S.T.F. 10 for 10% off your biltong.
Yep. I'm trying to keep it in the cupcake, or in the cup of the cake.
Hi. What do you think? Is that right? Is that good? You guys got to see his face when he eats this stuff. He loves it.
All right, so let me see.
Absolutely loves it.
324.
Okay, Neuro's chickens are still a little small, but they are on the way. So eventually, yes. That's awesome. Yes, I see you. I know. You're welcome. You are very welcome. Now, the one complaint I have with this kid, you guys see how big he is. He's huge. He refuses to hold his bottle. He's like, no, I will not give myself a drink. That is not going to happen. Tony Nagy says, I lost my South African accent many years ago. I was told to mimic talking like an American. It worked. That is a shame. They should not have told you that. Isn't the new thing to be yourself, to not, what do they call that?
I will not comply. So they say these things should be 2/3 full. So I got them kind of full. So we'll see how this works. I think they're going to run over.
And yes, Ike, you are correct. The prince is too good to hold his bottle. Yes. Yes.
This is very nice, though. So there's this Japanese cake that kind of shakes when you move it. I want to bake one of those.
Those things interest me. I just want to poke it. I want to see what it feels like.
Yeah, exactly.
Be the true you. You got it, Wise Elk. 100%. I will not lie. I may use the sounds like Anton does with banana to encourage my children to pick up some of the things that Dad says.
Well, here's the problem.
That's about as far as I go.
Well, we have a small problem. So the missus found me because I sound weird.
Yes.
So now if I stop sounding weird, that might be a problem.
He sounded weird, looked good. Mind you, was a little younger.
Yes, yes. Yeah. A woman and 4 kids age you, man. Fucking hell.
I tease him all the time. He looks very good. He's just older than me, so I have to tease him for his age. What can I say?
Yeah, I know.
So Cocktoe says, there's a lovely South African girl at the hotel I'm at. She has a really odd name. I couldn't remember it, so I called her Rania. She was mildly amused.
You must tell her you know an awesome guy that she should check out. Him and his family in Texas that make biltong and do silly live streams trying to make Japanese cupcakes.
Yes, yes.
This is a very interesting recipe. All right, so
I like the dough though. It's,
yes,
or
it's
not the
almost,
dough, batter.
you know, this
Sorry,
is like
the batter's beautiful.
Yeah, this is like a, if I can give you an idea of this batter, this is like pancake batter, but fluffy, if that makes any sense. It's like a fluffy pancake batter. Wow, that worked out exactly.
So Dog Digger may have hit the nail on the head. He said, Queen, that's entitlement or just pampered? Both.
Yeah, both. He's the baby boy, man.
Yeah, we can't help it.
Can't give him too much hard time, you know. Cheers.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. All right, let us go inside.
You don't normally announce it like that.
I know. Normally I say, shh, we're going to wake up the kids. All right, so that is at a low temp. Hello? Did you put the whole thing in your mouth?
The whole thing's in the mouth.
Okay, I can't grab you right now, boy.
Hang on, I'll hold you.
Yeah, give Mom a second.
The whole thing's in the mouth.
All right, sorry, my basin is right in front of the camera here, so I got to stick my head past you guys here. All right, here we go. Okay, so while we wait, let me grab this thing. All right.
Yes, I just mentioned some coffee that Dear Sarge has. It's good. You should check out that link.
Some what?
Coffee.
Coffee, yes.
That Dear Sarge has. I wish they would talk to us.
Man, I have emailed those guys I don't know how many times.
Yes.
I think my mail goes to spam because their coffee is awesome and I'd like to do it in store.
Mm-hmm. We would like to be a provider.
Yeah.
It's very good coffee.
So this is the jam cupcake. All right. So
that look nice?
So we'll dust it with a little bit of flour. Oh, sorry. Powdered sugar. My brain just went on a little trip there. So let's peel this guy open. Let's see. Now that's pretty nice. A little bit of jam. I don't know. It looks like the jam's at the bottom, so it's not a jam filled. It's a jam. It's a jamast.
It's jamming at the bottom.
So, you know what we could do? Let me see something.
Would refrigerating have helped that?
No. I think the jam's heavy and then it starts baking, so it just goes down to the bottom.
Okay.
There's always some issue with the jam. Always. All right, so I'm going to try something.
He just finished the meat I gave him. That's why he was drooling.
Oh, okay.
Noshing and swallowing here.
So let me see.
Want a drink?
All right, so.
You did not set a timer.
Ah, cool. Hit that thing at just, let me do this. That'll be 7 minutes. Okay, so you do that. Look, all the jam. All the jam. Pass me a paper towel there, please. Thank you. All the jam at the bottom.
Breaks your heart when that happens.
Always, man, whenever I see jam, I'm like, man, it either boils over or runs out or something happens to it.
That's why it didn't run out, because it went down to the bottom.
Yeah, you're gonna get that.
Let me go see what's going on. I'll be back.
All right, so I'm gonna try and make another plan here with a different one. So I'm going to take this guy, seeing that it's at the bottom, I'm gonna flip it upside down. All right. So there we go. So what I'll do with that is so you do that as a dessert. You put it on a smaller plate, of course. That works. See, improvise. The damn thing doesn't want to work, we make it work. Damn it. Right. What's wrong?
I got one of our regulars in, so I'm going to go take care of Simon.
Okay, no problem.
Yes.
All right, so there are those guys. Let me put that down like that. Kids are gonna like that. That's gonna be very nice. Now, Mom, like in the middle of my cooking here.
Oopsie.
Yes, take away the bottle, man. Wow, it's like I stuck my face in that thing. That would be uncomfortable. That is not hot. I can put that there, that there, that there. All right, this is slowly getting to an end. That can go there. This is clean, can go there. That guy might use some jam on my board. All right, swab. No vanilla. I actually think those cupcakes will be very, very, very nice. So I'm going to try and put these recipes up because I think these recipes, I just want to change this. That was 12, not 10. All right. And then, let me see what's going on. Not the street meat. Oh, still hello. Murphy's Law. Hey, Murphy's Law. How are you? Welcome in. Why is alcohol? All right. So, let me see. Yes, I am, Murphy. How's the soap business going, man? Murphy's Law sells some awesome soaps. I have not had one. I have not tried one. We have a huge stack of other soap we bought, so when we run out, I'm definitely going to check Murphy's Law out and get some soap from you. So Murphy's Law runs soap. Nero is like the all-present Rumble person. He's everywhere on all the streams. So, and then Copium Poppies should drop his link in our chat, and you guys can go check out his album. It's pretty cool. It's I want to almost say a word that comes to mind when I listen to that. It's almost psychedelic type music. So let me see. So there we go. We got those guys. We got this done. All right, swab for the probe. I don't want to open this too soon. Yeah, that's looking very good. All right. Right. So now I have to stand around here and chat to you guys because I'm waiting for my stuff to bake. Well, what's the name? I'm going to make a fire, so I'll show you. I've got this. So this was not for the stream today. Let me put that aside. So this has been out. I've got it salted, so I'll show you guys if we're not taking over the meat. I've got some steaks. I'm going to throw them on a fire. So they'll go later. So that was something that I thought, because normally I put the steaks on a plate, or I put it on a paper, on a cutting board. But you salt it, and it always makes moisture, where it lays, because the salt extracts the moisture. And I thought today, hold on a second, pop it on a drying rack, and then the moisture just drips off it. So I don't know what you guys think of that. I don't know if anybody has tried anything like that, but I take a normal cookie drying rack, like a cookie cooling sheet, and I put the steaks on top of that after I salted them. In fact, talking about that, I've got to put some pepper on these guys. So if you give me 1 second, I'm just going to throw a little bit of pepper on these oaks just for the flavor. All right, that's one side. And I'll come back. I'll do the other side a little bit later. But yeah, so I thought, Because you see the problem, especially if you pan serum, your steaks don't want to brown because they've got a layer of moisture, so it fucking creates like a steam, which is a problem. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what anybody thinks of that. I recall reading that in the CIA handbook. I hope you're talking about my grate for my steak. So yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't followed chat. So Brightcan is there, which we said hi to. Yeah, Peri Peri Wagyu. The Peri Peri Wagyu is awesome, man. What information is that? So Nero says Viva's producer is going to try and make sure Rumble user utilizes this information. Sliding between dimensions does lead to chafing at times. That's right. Marcus is still there, chatting away, and then Rumble. Thank you. You know, because you know, Copium is right now like not in the best place, and you know, shit happens to everybody, man. It's like, no, I don't think it's a personal, like, the universe doesn't have a personal thing against you. You know what? You just like gotta fucking roll with the punches, dude. If you want to know the amount of money I've fucking blown and burnt on like on shit, it's so. I was involved in software, so I built a digital logbook that you can run from your phone. It automatically starts and stops, records your messages or record your routes. You can even track the phone, and all done via mobile phone. A lot of features, a lot of stuff. I built this thing in 2016, 2017, and pretty much when I built this thing, it was a race for, am I going to make it? Ooh, that looks very good. Am I going to make the am I going to make it with a money, or as you know, so will this thing be successful, or am I going to run out of money? So I burnt $250,000 on this system, and we got about 50,000 users, and I ran out of cash. So we had in-app ads, and we had all kinds of stuff going on with it, and it was generating with about 50,000 just in apps, no reports and stuff like that. We were bringing in $50 a day. So if you scale that, you know, from 50,000 to 5 million, that would be theoretically, if it scales, if it scales linear income versus users, that would be $500 a day. Now that's something you can do something with. You know, $500 a day, $2,500 a week. You know, that gets to somewhere. And then of course, you know, you add features and things people pay for, etc., etc. But I ran out of money, so $250,000 later, and that is after I spent millions, exceeding $1 million to get to the USA. So yeah, Copium, I understand, dude. I understand when you burn a lot of money and then like shit just doesn't work out. So anyway, the cupcakes are looking fucking spectacular, man. I'm gonna get another plate, and then we're gonna dust them with some what's the name? Some powdered sugar, because that's what that one calls for as well. But yeah, well, let me know if you guys like this kind of jam upside down with a little bit of powdered sugar as a dessert. That's a very, very easy recipe. That's 6 ingredients plus jam. 6 ingredients, yeah. Plus jam. That is a very straightforward butter, sugar, vanilla, flour, baking powder, and some cornstarch or custard powder actually that we use. So so this kind of stuff. So I don't know what you guys think of that. Yes, I agree with you, Brightcan. Most projections are not, but you know, because you don't know what the scaling is, and there was a lot of features that we didn't that we had that weren't charged yet. So if your base gets bigger, you can charge for the features, so you might actually make more out of it. And then, you know, when you got data, remember something, when you got data like that, there's other things that you can sell that data for. Just as a matter of interest, this entire logbook system was tied in with like a automotive workshop front end as well, so you could share the car detail with your workshop, and it would communicate when your services are due, and it had things in like tire pressure reminders and things like that, so you can tie it into tire shops. for when your tire replacements are, because you got the mileage of the vehicle and things like. There was a lot of features. I've still got like a off-tech spec that I wrote for this thing. So anyway, interesting. Hey, Unfolding Joker just popped in. Howdy, man. Let me see what's going on in chat. The music industry is always elbows and ebbs and flows. Yes, it's getting the music to the ears of the people that want it. Not an easy feat these days. And iTunes and the like. Yes, I agree with you. But that's the case with everything. So anything you do and any kind of innovation you try and push, it's to get that innovation. And, you know, the product is to get the product out. I mean, you guys have no idea how hard it was. You know, we spent thousands of dollars just for our restaurant on magazines. Went fucking nowhere. Spent money on like the little slips at the Tom Thumb behind, you know, the printing behind that. Thousands of dollars. Went nothing. Put, like I say, magazines. Then we did coupons. Went fucking nowhere. Social media, even that, you know, if your views are a little, you know, iffy, then iffy to them, like your shit just doesn't get promoted. So we've spent thousands of dollars on Google, like Google AdWords. We spent thousands of dollars on Facebook ads, where you run ads on Facebook, no fucking go. So it's very, very difficult to actually market and get things out. The critics are insane. I don't even know if I'm going to give them cupcakes.
Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain.
So
did
yeah,
you say
so
hi to Unfolding Joker?
I did. I greeted Unfolding Joker.
I heard you say hi to someone else.
No, I said Unfolding Joker. I did
Murphy's
greet somebody
Law.
else. Murphy's Law.
There
Yeah,
we
I said
go.
we're gonna. As soon as
I
also,
love that law because it is so true for us. What will go wrong, what can go wrong will go wrong.
Yep, always. So we try and not tempt fate, you know. I said because she does the soaps, we must, as you know, as soon as we've depleted that big bale of soap we've got, we must try some of her soaps.
Ooh.
Murphy does soap.
Really?
Yeah, she does. She
that would
makes
be fun because I was
soap.
about to talk to Anton about some tallow. I was going to put him on a soap tallow kick.
Yeah, no, we'll eat the
that
tallow.
save us a lot of effort. So
yeah.
please,
So,
thank you.
But yeah, marketing stuff is very, very hard, man. Believe me, the way we market Biltong, it's not cheap. It costs us a lot of money. You know, it doesn't look like it's a lot, but you take every day a couple of podcasts, cash, plus we pay people, and you know.
And they sending the Biltong. I mean, it's
sending the Biltong every week.
We send it to all of these people
all the
we're
podcasters.
with.
I mean, in the bigger scheme, like right now, we probably break even with what we make, with what we pay out. Bigger, when it gets bigger, it'll make money. But you know, we have to market. You have to put stuff out there. Even if, I mean, there's no way to get the product into people's hands unless you actually, you know, market it and promote it to people. And I mean, we until this year, so what, the last 2 years, like we were paying in to get products to people because we would do free shipping codes. And the free shipping codes, if someone orders like a half pound of Biltong, you pay. You know, the cheapest shipping,
we wind up paying for it.
The cheapest shipping in Texas is like $8 to $10. Let's call it $10.
Yeah.
So small box, half pound of Biltong, that's $10 shipping. So you're buying a $12 to $15 product. We pay $10 to get it to you, and we do free shipping codes. So that's what we used to have a lot of.
Yeah, I'm glad we've kind of altered away from that, but at the same time, we are watching those margins. That's why you'll see it's the UPS rates. If you guys ever see the rates on there, if you get to free shipping, it doesn't matter. But we always encourage people, consider just bumping up your meat price so you don't have to pay shipping. We'd like to cover it for you if we can.
Wow, this is almost like those.
Woo!
Yeah, I want to see.
They're so soft.
Yeah.
Soft and fluffy. So Wise Elk says, pay to play. You can't compete with the corporations. They spend millions to get boosted. That is correct.
And the government fucking subsidizes the fuckers.
They
Excuse all my French. I used all the French in my vocabulary. I'm sorry.
They have sold their souls.
No, but people expect that. Like, you know, like we had someone today complain, and they're like, well, you know, it's for the groceries, so obviously the margin for free shipping is higher because grocery is lower margin. And they're like, but shipping's so expensive. Yes, because we're not Amazon. You know, we don't have people dedicated.
I don't have a warehouse there
to drive around. We have to put it in a box here, and then it must, you know, you want, like, people order. Let me show them. I'll show you an example. I got, it's a 3 minutes there. Yes.
2.5 minutes.
Two minutes.
2.5 minutes. Yes, Unfolding Joker, you should. Tejas would be very happy to have you. It is a wonderful country. We like it down here.
Yes. So it's very difficult, to make shit make sense. So this is a cornmeal from South Africa. That's 2.2 pounds. Okay? This costs $4. Now someone wants me to ship him 40 of those.
Yes, 40.
40 of these.
Yes.
So now I'm in. What's that?
Normally 50.
Yeah, no, 40 or
Plus.
50 of these. Okay, so
Sorry, I
I'm
meant
in. Yeah, so
dollars.
I'm in $160. What do you think? What's that? What do you think it costs me to ship 80 pounds of this? There's no money. We're gonna pay $70 or $80 just to ship it. And then people get upset and they're like, but it's so expensive to ship. And you're like, well, yeah. And I mean, I only have, like maybe $1 in this thing.
I don't even think we have that.
No, I don't think we have that. And then half of
No.
these, if you press it too hard, then the pack
That's
breaks.
why they get
People drop them,
damaged.
so we get damage. We get damage on them. So we order 100. We get, let's say, 95 out. So you eat the rest, and then to get them here, you got to pay for the transport, and then to ship them out. So that, so the $1. Then you got to box it. You got to put padding because the UPS tries to drop kick a 22-pound box. It's 4 boxes.
I put every single one of these in a bag
Yes,
because
everyone
I've
goes in
learned.
a plastic
I
bag.
had one customer get very upset at us for the packages being open previously, and it was all over the box. Granted, that was all that was ordered, and that's why it happened. It's just one of those things, drop kick, what have you, and upset that we sent a damaged product. But we tried to explain that unfortunately it's out of our hands once it.
Yeah, they think we personally
Yes,
deliver.
I
We had a
really.
day.
I really try not to ever give the bad. Honestly, I would rather in store have damaged products versus people online because you don't get a choice when you're ordering online. You're just selecting the item. So I try to give you the
Huh.
best quality. What?
So no, it's just interesting. It's not.
Stiffening?
No, it's stiffening, but it's taking a while. Like normally 3 minutes on a normal thing will be like heat temp, but this is not there yet. But this is a very interesting cupcake. I want to cut this thing open.
We will.
Yeah.
So Ultimex asks, how much would I have to order to have it shipped to the Caribbean to cover cost?
Woo.
That is a hard one. 10 pounds, 50 pounds. The Caribbean's hard because it depends on where you are. If I can get it there, but via UPS, I cannot get it there whatsoever.
Yes.
So that is our.
But the Caribbean is not a U.S. territory.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the UPS box pickup makes our lives a lot easier. That's why sending to Hawaii and Alaska are not part of our choices or out of the country. And even U.S. territories, if I do that, we charge shipping because we actually have to physically go to the post office.
Yes.
I wish it were easier. I don't have any way for the post office to pick up from me.
Yes. So
Um,
that's the one thing.
yeah.
And then the other thing is, I don't think it's legal to ship meat outside of the borders.
Not most places no, so we do a standard no. And it's we've looked into it.
Yes.
I think there was like one random one that was like, oh yeah, you can send here, but who's going to live there?
Yes.
Yeah, no. So the answer, unfortunately, is no, because customs does go into effect. Speaking of, didn't we hear about someone having to pay customs in their other country?
Oh yeah,
For
yeah,
US
Bright can.
items?
Bright can.
Yes, I
Yeah.
heard about that, Brycan. That is not nice.
Yeah, Bright can had to pay. Sorry, we don't have the YouTube stream up because I used my phone
That's okay.
for.
Now, Unfolding Joker says, one time DHL showed up with my lost bags in the middle of Afghanistan.
Oh,
Okay, then.
that's pretty good. Let me see. I don't think there's anybody here. No, we got 0 viewers on YouTube for the win.
It happens.
No,
What
that's
can we
okay. I don't
say?
mind. I don't mind too much on the YouTube. 0, yeah, 0. That's okay. I'm interested in Rumble, not really.
Now, we always tell people Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a territory. Yes,
Yes,
I did
we've
send
sent
to
there.
their
We've sent to Guam.
Guam. Yes, not too long ago.
Yes, Alaska, Hawaii.
It's just those
It's
are
just a
areas,
submission, yes.
and it's not just the fact of going there. It's time and effort. So time and effort versus the speedy process. I was even explaining to Anton groceries versus biltong orders, night and day. Sometimes I'm spending 20 to 30 minutes on one grocery box
get it
when
to
my
fit, yeah.
average biltong box, I'm 2 minutes. I'm very fast on the packing. That I have absolutely no issue with. But when I go 20 to 30 minutes on one box, it's a problem. But that's okay. We try our best, and I'm glad people order the groceries, and I love when it's a combination, when they're getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and they're trying different things. I chuckle with all of our people who come from different podcasters, and they do try the groceries. You know, they want to see what it's like, something different.
Yeah. So, oh, we got an upset boy. You
I hear. I think he's hungry.
No.
Oh,
well,
no, that is me anyway.
Yeah.
So it is you.
All right. I will check. Let me probe. I got another. So I had that an extra 6 minutes because I want to try and get the heat up on this guy. It has to be up now. So let's see. There we go. 92, 96. All right. That is very interesting. That is good. We are done. All right. Sorry, the stream's a little longer today. But I really wanted to make these things. That is so interesting.
Still not?
No, they're good.
Okay.
They're good. I'm just it's the
Do you want to put them over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is no, it's just it's
You sound like you're having so much fun with them.
yeah, it's like it's very weird.
What, oh, you want me to hold the pan? Got it.
You
I'll
grab the
come.
pan.
I'll come.
I will pull them out. Man, that looks so cool.
Can I show them real quick?
Yeah, show them.
Look at this. That looks awesome.
And they fluffy, very very fluffy.
Yes. They look like that Japanese cake.
Yeah, they look like that Japanese cake. Look at that. Wow. One.
Do they jiggle?
They look like they want to
They
jiggle.
wiggling.
Look.
The wiggling, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm so happy I baked these, man. So I want to see. I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
So I want to show you guys. Sorry, it's a little hot. But look how soft this thing is. So it's very, very, very soft move. Interesting. Very interesting.
I'm just setting it up here. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
You can take this to the front.
Yeah.
And then I want to get a plate because I'm not sure. So those get a powdered sugar. I want to get another plate. I want to see. I know this is fast, but I want to. Whew, that is very interesting.
Can I touch your cupcake?
You could touch this one.
I want to feel it. I am sure that has been said in other contexts before.
This is very interesting.
The smell-o-vision! We shall make it.
So they don't really say I should put it in these kind of cups.
Hey, thanks for putting in the link, Murphy's Law. I need to take a screenshot of that.
All right.
Got it.
I want to try and not break this. How about that? Look at that, dude. That is so check.
I want to touch it.
Yes. So I'm gonna this the whole thing like jiggles.
I've never been so excited
So
to touch something in my life.
You lie. You check this thing out. It's like it jiggles. I wanna feel it. Oh, that dude's upset. He's hungry.
I'll go get him. Wow, that feels so weird. That feels weird.
I'm gonna
He's
cut this thing
tired,
open. He's
is
tired
his
and
problem.
hungry. It's like cutting air.
Why are you yelling? May I have his drink, please?
Wow.
She tried to help, and they were playing with you. I saw them.
So
Everybody was playing with you. You said 9.
check that out. I want to see. So it's
Interesting.
very interesting. It's very soft, man. I actually wish I ate
Starch.
starch. I would really like to try one of those.
Mm.
Very interesting. Well,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
I guess
He's not wrong.
yes, right?
He's not wrong. I think it's a little softer than that, Marcus.
Yes.
I think it's a much softer than that.
Put it in your mouth. I don't eat starches, man. Let's see. It's a custard texture. Yes, it's like a stiffish custard texture. It's very interesting. I should have maybe baked it maybe a tad longer.
It's
a little
just
bit.
a little moist.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't
little
know.
moist, but I don't think that's a
Moisture's
problem.
not a problem here.
No, moisture's good. So, and the kids are gonna eat them. I think they're gonna like these cakes. Wow, that is very interesting.
Hey, would you like for Neuro to raid? I think we should raid Tunes.
Yes, go raid him.
Not yet.
Yeah.
When you're done.
All right. So yeah, so I think that's that. I gotta make some food for my kids, because it's yelling.
Lots of yelling.
Yes, yes. You wanna come? All right, there we go, big boy. All right, so yeah, I think like okay. I mean, they're sagging a little now, but it could also be if I had that extra. So the recipe calls for like 325, which I had it at.
Mm-hmm.
It says 20 minutes. I would suggest 30 minutes and check with a probe, because I don't know how they were going to come out, and then they probably won't sag like that. Yep. They'll stay a little dome. Very cool. This recipe I'm definitely going to write down. That is a very nice, very interesting, different recipe. Highly recommend. I will ask someone to taste it, and yeah, I will let you guys know. See if we can maybe make it another time.
Neuro's asking what is the channel, what is the name? Why am I blanking? He put it out there.
Isn't it called Tunes?
No, but it is called Gaming Second Channel. He messaged with it a little bit ago. Let me see if I can get it. And I know it. Don't go away.
Thank you.
Scrolling up on this thing is not the easiest. I'm not going to lie. And I love it. You guys have been so chatty today. There we go. Ice cold. It's ICE.
Yes.
KOLDTUNZ. Hang on. I have an idea.
No, you can't mess with my microphone.
Apparently, I have
don't mess with my mic.
That's not the one I wanted to pin. Why you do that? Unpin.
2, 3.
It's pinning the one I didn't choose.
Here we go.
Oh, this thing is special. Okay. Let me just ice cold tunes. I think it is easy. There we go. You guys see that? Sorry. Now I have to go all the way down to the bottom. Ice Cold Tunes. That is Cult Gaming Second Channel. There we go. We can go ahead. Thin woman with a fat finger. No, I wasn't even touching the other thing. I don't know what it was doing. It's being special. But all right, guys. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe. Eat your biltong. BiltongUSA.com.
BiltongUSA.com if you want to support us.
Yes.
See you Friday.
And medal on.
Yes, and yeah. Game on. All right. Well, let's see if that thing raids. Now we can't shut down, I don't think.
I can turn this off.
Yeah, we'll turn the camera and the mics off. So see you next time. Huh. Interesting cupcakes and stuff, man.
I like it.
Yeah.